This is Joseph Phillips. In this presentation, we'll examine the process of assessing the proposed solution. Assessing the proposed solution is based on the requirements, the stated and confirmed requirements. It allows you to assess multiple solutions, but to really address the business needs and confirm that those are being met. The goal of assessing the proposed solution is to find what's the most valuable to the business. Of course, we don't want to recommend a solution that may work, but it offers the least value. Oftentimes, the one that offers the most value isn't necessarily the most exciting, but it's the most accurate. Preparing for solution assessment means that we first have to identify our assumptions and constraints. An assumption is anything that you believe to be true, but you have not proven to be true. A constraint is anything that limits your options, such as a time constraint or a budget constraint. You'll also need your requirements and your solution options. When you're considering your requirements for assessments, you want to rank the solution options. So there are a lot of different factors that can go into this ranking. You also want to look at your stakeholder analysis. What's the power and the influence of each stakeholder affected? Once again, the business needs. Remember, we're focusing on the value to the organization. And then we'll be identifying additional solution capabilities. Some tools and techniques. You want to go after acceptance and evaluation. What's the criteria definition? So how you know you're successful. What's the decision analysis approach that you've selected? And then you also want to do vendor assessment. So this is important, obviously, if you're going to be doing procurement. Now, your outcomes of the assessment of the solution is you have some type of a documentation of your assessment. There's the determination of which solution is most cost effective and brings the most value. Now, your vendor assessment is when you go through the process of buying or building. So do you choose a vendor or can you use internal resources? Now, there are really just three things that categories you should evaluate: the experience, the expectations, and that includes the time and the budget and the scope of the project, and then what are the contractual terms. So based on that, you can begin to create some weighting models or scoring models, and you can begin to filter out vendors who don't qualify, or to make decisions between vendors before you invite them to a bidders conference. So that's the process of vendor assessment as part of your solution assessment.